chain birth, most of chains in the game. No post office, we stamping time. Took a slice out of the big apple, made apple pies. Family size, leather bombers and Nike Sakai's. Dangerous corners, you better pray that tomorrow arrives. Rap, Sugar Ray Robinson, nothing sweet. Y'all too out of shape to even box with me. Heavyweight, I know my way around the ring. Just like Shorty know her way around the storm. Making hits with Hit Boy, all he gotta do is hit record. Record breaking news, had to show up just to fill a void. Confused boy, little boys, y'all better keep your poise. Leave me out of the weasel. Be cool when you see me, I'm hot at all that rap deep. The hood know you, so we don't borrow, believe in it. Locked in on the instrumental, I took back the key to this. Run me the keys, run me the beat.
We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Tonight, we wrap up Week 3 with a good Monday nighter here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. From the 6. And able to get this out to the 25. They'll start this drive out on the ground. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. This defense for the Cards, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The Seahawks are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches have given him, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get left.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
A great move by Montgomery. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. After 7-0 on EA Sports. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Murray's throw here complete into the hands of Ertz. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Now Murray off play action. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on. For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's got some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lawrence. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Lawrence escaping the pressure right. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Running left, Montgomery. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down, because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
On play action, it's Murray. Zach Ertz has it complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Hopkins, the man in motion right. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. And that is caught by Brown for a Cardinal touchdown. Marquise Brown, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from drawing level. Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Fielded right around the 8. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Into a double team, and a It's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Pass rusher extraordinaire. D Ford that time getting the sack.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
2nd and 10, we're all knotted up at 10, but it appears that may change soon. Only question is, will they have to settle for 3? The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Murray. And he completes it to Cohen. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Murray now on first down. Swings this out here for Cohen. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On On second down, Montgomery. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Montgomery hit, and the ball is loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Pardon me, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Lawrence on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And taken right at the 35. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. First down, Murray. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Slot man moves right. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Murray got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. Pitch and catch there, good for 13. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Well, this red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Tariq Cohen, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cardinals are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the 6. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Play action. It's Lawrence. Flushed out right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Sliding out of the pocket. Touchdown! A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a give running left with Montgomery. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Play fake. Murray. Escaping the pressure right. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that is caught by Brown for a Cardinal touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Cardinals use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. To throw again on second down, Lawrence. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Trayvon Mullen, and the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll send Brown in motion right. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 75 yards rushing for him now to this point.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw. Murray. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah,
and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Buda Baker with a pick, and the Cards are going to take possession of the football. And that's now a half dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because, CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games, or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
Now receiver in motion left. They try again with Montgomery. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And say what you want about Lumen Field here in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league when you're on the road.
It's very hard. The fan support, off the charts. The way that they make noise and understand when to make noise, they understand the game as well as anyone. And how about what we get in our media packets when we start preparing for the game? They have it in their own stuff, right? The number of offsides penalties, false start penalties that they draw against the opposing team because of that fan support. And last but not least, they designed the stadium to keep the noise in, and it works.
But not in this one. They were able to somehow come in here and get that victory. So for the Cardinals, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Took a slice out of the big apple, made apple pie. Family size.